Exactly how Shiba Inu will reach 1/1000th of a dollar. Shiba Inu coin news today. Shiba Inu coin is in the news every day. It's not hard to see why, of course, because there are so many good reasons. There are major projects that are on the horizon for SHIB, from video games to metaverse associations to workarounds for existing blockchains that have grown stagnant and expensive. There's a lot going on. Still, people are always focused on one thing, and that is the price. While $1, 10 cents, and even 1 cent are off the table for now, owing to the big problem that the coin still has, there are many people who are asking realistically when the doggy dollar will be able to reach 1/10 of a cent, or if you prefer, 1/1000th of a dollar. So what would it take for SHIB to be able to reach 1/1000th of a dollar? Is it likely to happen this year, and how can you help this happen? As always, I'm going to answer these as well as plenty of other questions that you might have, so stay tuned. And remember to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so yet, and ring that bell for notifications. That way you can be sure that you'll never miss out on a single shred of news and rumors that could certainly give you an edge on the cryptocurrency space. Please do remember, though, that I'm not a professional financial advisor and that there's a risk, always a risk, when it comes to investments of any kind, whether it be crypto or real estate or even the stock market. Anyway, you should always stay vigilant and do your own research. Well, with that said, and if you're all finished subscribing, let's get into it, alright? So, let's kick off by looking at the price of SHIB at the moment. At the moment, the price is sitting, as usual, in the mid-20 to 30 millionths of a dollar range, presently occupying the 24 millionth spot. This is an improvement over the last few days, when we saw SHIB sink as low as 22 millions, so we're looking at around the 6% increase compared to about a week ago. SHIB, of course, achieved an incredible all-time high of 80 millionths of a dollar in the latter half of 2021, and trended down from there to its current location. This sounds like it might not be a good thing, and of course we'd all rather see the price rising, but that 80 million spike was honestly a flash in the pan, and not something that we could really expect to continue forever. And believe me, you don't want that when the token has as much of a colossal supply as SHIB does. And yeah, don't worry, I'm going to talk more about that a little later, because after all, it's still a major factor. But for now, let's move on. Shiba Inu's future is jam-packed, and investors are well aware of this. The richest investors, dubbed the whales, are still waiting to see if SHIB might drop its first zero in a long time, and it's certainly feasible that this might happen in 2022. Yet there are a few obstacles that could prevent the puppy penny from reaching 1/10 of a cent. It's not for a lack of goodwill, as the SHIB army, which numbers in the millions, is clearly convinced that Shiba Inu, more than any other coin, notably Dogecoin, deserves a price increase. However, some critics dismiss SHIB as little more than a derivative meme currency of a meme coin, failing to recognize the token's incredible potential this year. These folks should absolutely acknowledge projects like Ethereum, which, if you didn't know, is a Layer 2 blockchain extension that'll run directly on Ethereum's existing chain, providing a variety of benefits. If you're not a data scientist or an award-winning software engineer, it can be a bit difficult to grasp what exactly that implies, so let me explain in sort of layman's terms. Now, the Ethereum blockchain is currently the most widely used blockchain for decentralized apps, NFT collections, decentralized play-to-earn video games, as well as plenty of other things. Apart from the Bitcoin blockchain, the ERC20 network is used to transfer cryptocurrency, as well as buy, sell, and trade its own currency, Ether. For most people, ERC20 is the blockchain of choice, or at least it was until recently, as the cost of transactions on the network, referred to as gas prices, have risen to the point that doing anything on the network is nearly impossible. If you wanted to buy an NFT, already a big expense, right? Well, you may have to pay double or triple the price only to cover the cost of gas. The Ethereum network will be upgraded later this year to Ethereum 2.0, and the network will switch from a proof-of-work model, which requires miners, people with powerful computers crunching numbers all the time, to a proof-of-stake model, which allows users to lend or stake their tokens to a platform, generating liquidity and absolutely simplifying the process. Mining rigs consume electricity like British consume beer. Thus, this way of doing things is better for the environment. It'll also lead to cheaper transaction costs and speedier transactions in general. Isn't that fantastic? Well, what about SHIB though? Well, the Shiba Inu development team is working hard to create Shibarium, a Layer 2 blockchain solution that'll run right directly on top of the ERC20 blockchain while still providing all of the benefits of Ethereum 2.0. The important thing to note here is that the SHIB team intends to release this before the release of Ethereum 2.0, which means that there'll be no reason not to use Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu would therefore become one of the most helpful cryptocurrencies in the world, and its unusually high supply might actually help it in this endeavor. But again, I'll get back to that. BitBoy was quick to point out at the end of December that SHIB has grown in popularity to the point where financial services businesses and crypto exchanges have had no choice but to take notice, adding it to their platforms all around the world. As I previously stated in other videos, Shiba Inu is now available to you in a variety of methods for you to utilize as a payment option. BitPay was the first to do this, followed by Kraken in Gemini, as well as BitOX in Taiwan and Bit2Me in Spain. Plenty of others have adopted the coin too, And all of these are reputable trading platforms that have enabled you to use the K9 coin in a variety of ways other than simply holding it and waiting. Despite the hundreds of thousands of users who signed a petition though, and despite an apparent leak from December saying that one particular financing platform's C-level officials are enthusiastic to list SHIB, the jury is still out on that platform, which, as you guys know, is Robinhood. It's a perplexing problem that needs to be resolved ASAP. Shiba Inu actually doesn't need Robinhood at all. In fact, Robinhood stands to gain far more, while SHIB has other partners. Mover and CoinJar, for example, two finance and credit companies, just integrated the coin to their crypto-compliant credit cards as a method of topping them up. This implies that if you have a credit card that can be loaded with cryptocurrency and used for payments, you can top it up with your SHIB tokens on both of these platforms, which is absolutely fantastic news, and I'm sure you guys can see why. But if you can't, let me spell it out for you. If the credit card in your wallet has a usable balance due to the addition of SHIB tokens, you're effectively paying for everything that uses your card information with your SHIB. Basically, you can use it to pay for things like Google Pay, Apple Pay, the local supermarket, the gym, a new set of golf clubs, basically whatever. Now that's huge because the most crucial thing for any currency, fiat or crypto, is that it has some type of real-world use. The only issue is that SHIB still has that big elephant in the room, which, if you've been following any of my videos, you know what I'm referring to, that ridiculously high supply. Well, the law of supply and demand dictates that the bigger the supply, the lower the demand, and SHIB's supply is over 500 trillion tokens. Yeah, that is a major issue, right? It needs to be addressed quickly, since as long as there are so many tokens, it's highly improbable that SHIB will reduce its price even by 1 zero in the next year or so. I've mentioned it before, but if SHIB were to reach 1 cent in value, its market cap would dwarf the crypto sector and be immensely detrimental to many of the world's real economies. The only thing anyone can do is to keep trying to burn those tokens in as large a quantity as possible. Fortunately, a large number of Shiba Inu aficionados are working to bring this burn to fruition. Now, as a result of its engagement in the K9 currency burn campaign in 2022, Bigger Entertainment has become a much more well-known name. The firm was able to destroy hundreds of millions of tokens at a time by conducting internet live streaming burn parties, with a SHIB that was burned being created via ticket sales. It wasn't dealing in huge sums, especially when you consider that 100 million is only 10% of a billion, which is only 1% of a trillion. But it was something that got the ball rolling. Unfortunately, Bigger CEO Stephen Cooper found that this preoccupation with cryptocurrency was actually hurting the company's reputation somewhat, and decided to step back for a while, promising to find and present a new way to burn tokens soon. There are still plenty of alternatives though, like SHIB's Oshiverse video game that will provide plenty of opportunities for tokens to be burned. Now, most recently, there was an announcement of an official Shiba Inu burning platform that'll help users to find some ways to eliminate some of their stash, so there's plenty to be optimistic about. But guys, honestly, what are your thoughts? Are you willing to burn some tokens? Let me know in the comment section below. And by the way, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications to make sure that you're always up to date on the latest news, thoughts, and rumors in the crypto sector. Thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.